Back with Hold My Wine, a wonderfully Willamette podcast, and of course our newest host, Nate from Old Zen Wine Bar.
Aloha. And it's morning time, so we have mimosas.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
And coffee.
And coffee.
Cheers.
Cheers to your coffee.
Sparkling Pinot Gris from the general store out of Amity.
Oh, it's delicious.
Mixed with a splash of OJ.
Did you say the general store out of Amity?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a winemaker?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I thought it was like you went to the local Circle K or something.
Yeah, they're called the winemaker's called the general store.
That's pretty.
Oh, that's really neat. You have a new feature winemaker.
Seasoned cellars out of Roseburg. A lot of like bold reds, and we got a Malbec on tap, which was our most popular wine.
Really good. I tried it last night.
Yeah, the Malbec's great. We ran out of it last year because it was so popular. Went through every single drop that they had, and now it's re-kegged up, rebottled up, and now it's back in here for this month throughout the rest of the year.
What did I have last night? It was the rosé.
Oh, the Rosé of Tempranillo from Seasoned Cellars. Yeah. Nice dark rosé.
You know, it's got a hint of like the pink color, so I'm like, okay, it's not like Pinot Noir.
You're working your way there. I think that might have been the darkest one I've seen you drink ever.
Probably.
It's a transition wine.
Yeah, and then you have some events coming up. I know is it March? You're doing the hip hop and wine night?
Hip hop and wine night will be in March. We're still working on the exact dates for that, but I'm really excited about is our second annual St. Patty's Day pub crawl down here.
Yeah.
That was a huge event last year between us and a few other bars here in Edgewater, and just people walking down. We've got live Irish music going on from Irish Mike. It's a lot of fun. We'll have Kilkenny Irish Red Ale on Nitro here. We'll be pouring green wine.
Green wine? How? Explain.
Well, it's just like green beer for St. Patty's Day. So Pinot Gris, Chardonnay, it's optional. You don't have to have it green, but it pops out like such an emerald color because beer, is a little bit darker, but when you use a white wine, it like really pops.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how fun. Okay, well, I know where I'm going to be on St. Patty's Day.
That'll be fun. That'll be exciting.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Well, we thought today, since we have 2 Gen Xers and 2 millennials, we would do a little bit of trivia.
Which one am I?
Which one would you like to be?
Gen Alpha, I think.
I think my son is Gen Alpha.
Same mentality.
All right, I'm connecting the dots here. Let's just jump right into this trivia. I think it would be fun. What I have done is I've looked up some trivia questions, and I'm going to ask each of you.
Okay.
You guys just each answer, and then I'll say the answer after.
We're like a team, right?
Sure.
It's you guys versus us two.
Right.
Do you want to keep score? Yes, I'll keep score. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to read it off. Which of these movies was not released during the 1980s? The Goonies,
Astoria,
Gandhi,
India.
Goodfellas, or Ghostbusters?
Oh, it's Goodfellas.
Yeah, I'd say that too.
Goodfellas, you're right.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay.
Only because I knew the other ones were from the 80s.
Right, exactly.
Oh, well, there you go. Process of elimination. Which of these presidents was not in office at any point in the 1980s? George H.W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter.
Ford.
Yeah, Gerald Ford.
So you're right. Gerald Ford. Ooh, you guys. Okay. All right. On a roll.
Jimmy Carter is the first president that I remember.
And he's still kicking, right?
I know his wife just died recently, but yeah.
Okay. This one's not so much like a generation trivia. I don't know why they have it on here, but it's a fun question to ask. If an alcoholic drink is 80 proof, what percentage of alcohol is it?
40.
I have no idea.
40 is right.
It's always half. Right. And if it was 80, it's like, what's 160% alcohol? No, it can be 160% alcohol. That doesn't exist. I'm giving it 200% by drinking 160% of alcohol.
I'm no quitter.
I love that that's a Gen X question about alcohol percentages. I just want to go back. This is going to be strictly like a Gen X question, so let's talk about how drunk you was going to get.
I know we were crazy in the 80s.
Apparently.
I feel like we had a generation because we had, what were those canned drinks?
White Claw?
No, from college. It was like
in the cans.
Yes, they ended up getting like sued because it had too high of like an alcohol content.
Was it Four Locos?
Yes, Four Locos.
I've never had one.
Decrease like how much alcohol.
They had to go down to 3 Locos.
I mean, two.
They had to divide half the Locos.
2 Locos. Those things were disgusting.
They were, but you know what? I still remember back in the day, like, let's get this weekend started. Click. It's like, oh, this is gross. 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 Throw it off to the side. Okay, let's have something decent. It's like trying to like jumpstart a car or pop the clutch. Oh, so popping a clutch would means that we have a clutch pushes in.
Honestly, that's a good
Hey, I learned to drive on
I
it.
didn't.
Really?
The apocalypse happens, and I wouldn't be able to. I would have to have it automatic.
If apocalypse happened, what type of car you're driving is probably least of your worries at the time.
My fears were not being able to drive a manual, and then if I lost my glasses.
Oh, well, yeah. My glasses. I can't see a thing without my glass.
That was honestly a fear. That's why I ended up getting laser eye surgery, because I was worried about that. That was like an adamant fear I had.
One less thing to worry about. Which of these years was not an Olympic year? 1980, 1982, 1984, 1988.
Let's see. Well, I'm going to go with 82.
I'll go with that too. I have no idea.
Well, you are both correct.
I recall an 88 Olympics, and since it's every 4 years, you go back 4 years would be 84, and then you can go back 2 more years and be 82. So,
I don't think even today I'd be able to answer a question like that.
well, here's the other thing. If it was 84, then it would have had to have been 88.
So you just did the math.
Yeah, that's just math.
In the 1985 movie Back to the Future, how fast does the DeLorean have to be speeding in order to time travel?
88.
It was 88, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
And how many gigawatts? 1.21.
That question's not on here. Which of these 1980s horror books was not written by Stephen King? It, Misery, Pet Cemetery, or The Hellbound Heart?
I have to say the Hellbound Heart.
That's right. Misery. I remember watching that movie and just being horrified. Yeah.
More than Pet Cemetery?
I think so.
Cemetery was weird.
More than it?
Like, I don't have a huge fear of clowns by any means. And so,
It wasn't really a clown.
well, I know, but I think that's like the big.
Spoilers.
For anyone who hasn't watched it, it's all about the clown. So this is the last question I'll ask, and I'm going to go on to some true and false ones. Which NBA team won the league championship 5 times during the 1980s? Bulls.
It had been the Lakers, or it was Lakers or Celtics. I would go with Lakers.
Lakers, Bulls, Celtics, or Pistons?
I'm guessing the Bulls because of Michael Jordan, but I could be wrong.
I think that would have been.
No, because he was like a major star. What was that cartoon basketball movie?
Space Jam?
70s was Lakers and Blazers were going at it a lot in the 70s. So if we're moving on to the 80s, man. I'm gonna say Bulls. Scottie Pippen and
Lakers.
see, I always get in trouble for that. Always go with my first. Blazers won the one and only championship in 1977, and the Lakers just owned them from then on out.
Okay, a couple true and false. The first video game featuring the character Mario was released in the 1980s. True or false?
I would say true.
It was Donkey Kong, 1981.
Or Monkey Kong. Japanese didn't know. It was one letter difference. They got it messed up.
Is that really?
Now that should be a trivia question.
True or false? Skateboarding was invented in the 1980s.
I'm going to say false.
That's false. That's way false. Marty McFly invented it in the 1950s.
40, so someone before him.
Well, Marty McFly really invented it. I don't know. Yeah.
Let's see. True or false? Mike Tyson won every professional boxing match he fought in the 1980s.
That's got to be true. That's got to be true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's got to be true. Nobody can beat Iron Mike Tyson. They made a whole video game about him.
I thought they were going to ask him if he got his face tattooed.
This ear is delicious.
Ear a la carte.
Yummy. That gal looks delicious. What's her name? Lisa Loeb?
Okay. True or false? And then we're going to go on to some songs. Sally Ride, the first American woman in space, was on board the Challenger space shuttle when it exploded in 1980.
No, that's false.
She was the first teacher. But what's that question? She was the first woman?
Sally Ride, the first American woman in space, was on board the Challenger space shuttle when it exploded in 1986.
I mean, she would have had to be going back. False. Because
Not a crew member. All 7 who were on the ship died.
yeah, she never made it to space. I mean, unless she had already gone, but they wouldn't have made it such a big deal that she was going.
That was a trick question,
That was, yeah.
but good job.
The song Bat Dance. Prince or Lionel Richie?
Which song? Matt?
Bad?
Spell it.
Batdance.
Bat Dance? Then that's Prince.
It's Prince.
It's got to be from the 1989 Batman movie. Sorry, Michael Keaton. Prince did the whole soundtrack for that movie.
See, I'm going to have you curious on this.
Okay. Got you. I got you.
The song Call Me. Was it Blondie or the Bangles?
That's Blondie.
Yeah, Blondie.
Blondie, you're right. Keep on Loving You. Journey or REO Speedwagon?
Ario.
You guys are on top of it. Papa Don't Preach, Madonna or Cyndi Lauper?
Madonna.
It's Madonna, 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 Madonna.
I think you guys have only got one wrong. And then last question I have for you guys is the song With or Without You, REM or U2?
You too.
I just saw them sing that live
At the Sphere,
at the Sphere. Yeah.
I'm going to keep asking questions until you get two wrong. All right, so Jack Black, in a sports comedy film in 2006 that was loosely based on the real life story of a Mexican Catholic priest, what was the name of this film, the alter ego of the priest when he entered the wrestling?
Nacho Libre.
Nacho! What controversial music icon made headlines in 2002 when he changed his 9-month-old son blanket
Oh, Michael Jackson.
who dangled? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was intense.
Yeah. He just went.
Blanket.
In 2004, what popular ABC TV show began with Jack opening his eyes on a mysterious beach amidst a plane crash?
Okay, this one I already know, so I'm not going to answer because this is the one question I did read. So I'm not going to answer it.
So this is all on you.
Okay, wait, what?
You weren't even paying attention. She's like, Katie's got these. In 2004, what popular ABC, American Broadcasting Corporation, TV show began with Jack opening his eyes on a mysterious beach amidst a plane crash?
I missed a plane crash. Do I get a multiple choice?
No, that's the question.
Lost?
Yes, that is correct. I was going to give you a hint. I like that look on your face. In 2000, who starred in the live-action remake of How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Jim Carrey.
Carrot, yeah.
Alrighty then. What Canadian artist released her debut studio album, Let Go, in 2002, which heavily emphasized her skate punk persona?
Avril Lavigne.
It is Avril Lavigne. Don't Ya and Stick With You were 2000's hits from what feline group?
Oh, Pussycat Dolls.
The Pussycat Dolls. They were fronted by Nicole Scherzinger, just FYI. Okay. Burger Beard, also known as Painty the Pirate, sings the theme song to what long-running...
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Are you ready, kids?
There we go.
Thank you, Emmett.
In the early 2000s, you probably spotted what piece of jelly jewelry on your forearm, specifically a yellow one that said, Live Strong.
Oh, Livestrong bracelets.
And it is bracelet.
I know they had one that said boobies on it, and we couldn't wear it in school.
Aww. All right, 2003 was when Beyonce Knowles became simply Beyonce. That was the year she released her first solo album, Dangerously in Love, after splitting from which girl group? Destiny's Child.
Yeah, Destiny's Child.
Are you sure these are trivia questions? What 2008 Rihanna hit featuring Jay-Z featured a video of Riri in park dancing with the titular protective device?
Oh, an umbrella.
Ella A.
Yeah, I remember when that came out because I remember it being in a basketball gym, and then we started playing it on the radio.
Do you remember 2008? Which 2007 nerdy teen comedy starred Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, Emma Stone, and Christopher Mintz-Plasse as McLovin?
Yeah. Oh gosh, what is that movie called?
What is it called?
I know it, obviously. Bad something.
You want hints?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Super bad.
Super bad.
See, you were on target. In 2002, Justin Guarini finished in second place to what future superstar in the inaugural season of American Idol?
Oh god.
That I do not watch that, unfortunately.
What season was it?
The first.
Oh.
Kelly Clarkson.
It is Kelly Clarkson. You gave up on yourself on that.
I thought
I
it was
did.
the guy who won. He had like a weird Bieber swoop hair.
Are you thinking of Clay Aiken?
Yes.
That was later. And I think he came in second.
It was Clay Aiken and the big black dude, voice of an angel, and the only one we still know now is Clay Aiken. Whatever happened to him?
No, he's still touring and stuff.
Yeah. Is he really?
Yeah.
What Will Wright created video game series released in 2000 with sequels in 2004, 2009, and 2014 saw players watching and directing characters to mundane things like eating, sleeping.
Sims.
That was the longest question.
You think that one's long. Hold on to your butt. The 2012 song Skyfall was written and recorded for the James Bond film of the same name. It won an Academy Award, a Grammy Award, and a Golden Globe for the Best Original Song, as well as the Brit Award for British Single of the Year. What singer co-wrote and performed the track?
Adele.
That is correct.
I didn't even get past. I was like, what's the question?
In the year 2000, Kentwood, Louisiana opened a museum dedicated to which 18-year-old songstress who, along with her siblings, Brian and Jamie Lynn.
Britney Spears.
That is true. Ain't Britney alone. It makes sense that millennial questions would have to be easier. All right, one of the biggest hits.
Not totally true because there's several of those I would not have gotten.
Really?
Oh yeah.
One of the biggest hits of 2003, Bring Me to Life, was recorded by what rock band whose name is synonym with impermanence?
Oh, is she? Fudge.
I don't know. I can hear the song in my head.
She was known for doing like her.
Operatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
5.
I know. Starts with an E.
Evanescence.
Ah, see? You work together.
All right, one more, and if you guys get this one, you're the winner.
In 2007, Shop Boys wanted you to party like a blank.
Or like a rock star.
That is correct.
Well, it's a good thing we weren't like competing against each other on this. There was a lot of them I didn't know. I was like,
So I want to ask you like this one. Natalie Ramos, Skylar Shea, Logan Browning, and Jamal Parrish starred in the 2000 film based on what line of fashion-forward kids' dolls?
Bratz.
It was Bratz.
Oh, shoot.
There's so many, so many easy ones in here. The Office, like what town does that take place in?
I have no idea.
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
I've seen like 2 episodes of
Really only seen 2?
yeah, 80s stuff I can probably do, but yeah, the whole 90s missed it. I had little kids.
Too many drugs.
No.
It was a hard decade.
No, not enough sleep.
Yeah.
Because no, my boyfriend was. Yeah, I remember this. I'm like, no. Was it in the 90s? He's like, yeah. And no, don't remember that.
90s is a blur. Why? Why are the 90s a blur?
I bet cartoons you probably know a lot about.
That's right.
Okay, well, that was fun. I think everyone did a really good job. Yeah, congratulations. I don't have any prizes to give away other than
Attaboys.
attaboys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Valentine's is coming up, y'all. What are you doing for Michelle?
I'm probably going to work here.
Give her the night off.
That's right. She always has the night off. It's on Wednesday. It's our movie night here, so we're going to be watching Poor Things, the Emma Stone movie. With,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
up for an Academy Award. She's nominated for Best Actress.
It looks interesting, though.
Sounds like it's a hard R.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it looks funny, too. So
You're 21 and over here.
Exactly.
adults only. Old Zen After Dark.
Go.
Well, and we also have the morning of Valentine's Day. We have our Sustainers Breakfast for the Salem Fire Foundation. 7:30 a.m. You can arrive as early as 7. But if you are interested in attending, reach out to me or Allie. And
Now he's looking for a fighter who raises cows.
Cow that I can name. The names are Chardonnay or Moolah, or kind of what I'm going back and forth from on my first cow.
So if he already has cows with names,
They'll be them.
oh,
Yeah. Or just get another cow.
You know, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, you could rename them. It's not like the answer to them.
I would want that's what I want for my wedding gift.
Your house cow.
yeah. So that Sustainers Breakfast, it's a really important event. It goes to support incredible things. The Salem Fire Foundation, they're there to serve those who serve us. So
Is there like a event page from Facebook or anything for that?
yeah, if you search up Salem Fire Foundation, it's all over their Facebook. You can also visit salemfirefoundation.org, and the event is all over their site. Super easy to register. Also, and you can also choose whose board members table you want to sit at too. So you could share a seat with me and Allie.
Yeah, but it's for a great cause. It's going to be a lot of fun. So reach out if you want more information, or reach out to Katie or I.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Especially if you're a firefighter. Reach out to them that own land and you have cows.
Single.
Yes.
And yes.
And you're single. Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
well, I'm going to go to the Fire Foundation breakfast.
Absolutely.
And then movie night. This will be perfect.
Your whole Valentine's Day is planned.
That's right. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week.
Come here after dinner. Or, you can even order from across
We
the
got the
way.
bar and grill next door. Some amazing tacos. You had you had pulled pork yesterday.
Pulled pork. It was really good.
Did you have any of that brisket ribs last night?
It's good. I give that the Texas certification.
All right.
Pretty good.
Ooh, right on. Okay.
And they know how to make my chicken strips perfectly crisp.
Nice and crispy. Sometimes you just got to eat like a child.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
The dino nuggies, some tots, and can I get this wine in some sort of juice box?
Please.
That's an idea. Wine in a juice box.
Yeah, don't they have
In
little
the cans, I haven't seen them in a box.
boxes?
Little like box.
Yeah, they do. They They have like little boxes. They don't come with straws, unfortunately. They're made to pour, I think, into a glass, but yeah.
You have your reusable straw with you.
That's right. And it's titanium, or you get those titanium straws. It doesn't even need a hole for that box. You just right in there. That's a power move right there. That's a power move. You walk into any place, pull out a box of wine, a box of wine, and just power straw.
You'll be the center of attention for sure.
Like that chick's come to party.
Really a difference, like, okay, with like boxed wine, like in the bag, compares to like being in a bottle.
You mean like quality wine?
Yeah.
So, I guess the easy answer would be no, except for it all depends on who's making the wine. It's the wine. The wine's what makes the difference, right? So, I mean, you're not going to have aged wine in a bag because that plastic and stuff's eventually over time is going to change the flavor and stuff for wine. So you're not going to put a good wine into a plastic bag.
You can't be like, here's my vintage 1990 box wine.
Right. It's like you bust open. That's why Zima's in a bottle, right? You can still vintage some Zima.
I think like over time they've tried to make wine a little bit more, not accessible, but just like easier to like transport.
Yeah, you can throw it in your purse.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I remember in college, it was just like, there was one guy, normally at like festivals or concerts, there was always one guy who had like his little, hiking
Camelback.
bag. Yeah, with wine. Or you'd have to ask, be like, okay, what's
I
that?
used to go to festivals with rum and Coke in my Camelback.
Did you really? Oh.
Did you ever put like, not Sour Patch Kids, but like gummies in it? Like guys would go and they put like,
On purpose, or
on purpose. So afterwards, when the alcohol is gone,
lost it.
you can like eat them, and it's like alcohol. So
not in a Camelback.
yeah.
Well, how would they get them? It's a little hole. That seems like a lot of sticky work for like a really low payoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Corked wine versus screw top wine.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of screw top wine because it won't get corked, right? If a bottle's stood up for too long, the cork will dry out and affect the wine. That's not going to happen with a screw top either. I know some people are like, it's got to be cork, but then again, there's so much more wine being made in the world now, and there's only so much cork in the world as well. And I'd rather get a screw top, or those plastic cork that they make, because those plastic corks, so much waste of just plastic that goes in there too. So, I mean, at least real cork is biodegradable, but you're gonna be able to age wine and keep it sealed when it's a screw top as well. So,
I have been told, and I don't know if this is like a true or false or fact or fiction type thing, where it's like if some of the cork gets into the wine, like you're not supposed to drink it.
like at all,
Yeah.
pour it through a little filter and collect all the pieces.
I'd drink it.
It's not supposed to like get in the wine.
If it's one of those things where it's like you're screwing it out and some pieces break off while you're taking the cork out, and like, well, that's shot.
That's literally, my mother has thrown out. She was like, "Oh, you can't drink it now," and she will like pour it down the drain.
Wow.
That does not sound like it's based off science. How does your mother feel about
like-
black coffee?
She like, you know the answer to this question.
I do. Not a fan.
She is waiting to come back, and she's gonna ask the same exact thing. So
Yeah,
hopefully-
I have coffee. I have coffee. I have sweetener. I have sugar. I have creamer. Old Zen. We have the coffee and the teas.
I prepared you before they even came in. I was like, my mom's particular.
Okay, I have a question about wine. So I heard this a long time ago. So I heard that regardless of maybe not in so much regardless, but what really matters when you're looking for wine is a lot of the thickness of the bottle. If you're out and at like grocery outlet has a huge wine selection, right? And you can go there, and I heard this from someone who's just maybe more of like a wine connoisseur, not so much.
They said look for the thickness of the bottle.
Well, they said the thickness of the bottle will ensure that it's a winemaker who cares more about the quality of the wine.
That won't ensure it. I mean, you can get a winemaker that has some not so good wine, and they just buy a thicker bottle. I mean, if that was the case, then everybody would just buy the thickest bottles to sell their wine at a higher price.
Yeah. So for the longest time, I've been like, oh, this must be good because it has a thick bottle.
And you'll see a lot of the thicker bottles for sparkling wine because it needs that extra thickness to stand up to the carbonation, so it doesn't break, explode, yada yada yada.
Okay.
And then some people use like the same thickness bottles for some wine. a thicker bottle doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be great. Like, oh, this is amazing wine because it's a thicker bottle. And you could put lipstick on a pig.
It'll still taste like bacon.
It'll taste like bacon when you kiss it.
Okay, well, that makes me feel better because I've heard that and I was like,
And you have standard bottles like for different varietals of wine too. Like you have your standard type of bottle for Pinot Noir, for like a Riesling and Gewürztraminer, those taller German style bottles for that. And so Gewürztraminer, yeah. And so, I mean, there's specific bottles that are made for specific varietals, and some people mix it up. That a bottle doesn't have to be a certain kind. Darker bottles you'll see for red wine. You won't see, I mean, I'm sure somebody does it, but you don't see a clear bottle for red wine. But there's a reason for that. You're trying to keep any kind of sunlight from getting into the wine to ruin the wine. So red wines are aged. A white wine, generally speaking, I've had some aged Chardonnays that are amazing, but they'll be clear. You can see the color, you can see the clarity of the wine, you can see if it's been filtered or not filtered. You know, it becomes kind of appetizing to be like, oh, this rosé, it's beautiful in color, because you're not going to take a nice rosé and just like, all right, I'll keep this for 20 years, you know.
Does it say something if like a Chardonnay or like a Pinot Gris is in a darker bottle?
It can. Like, so I just had up at Stanglin Vineyards, a few weeks ago, I had a 1987 Chardonnay. And it was amazing, but it was in a darker bottle too. So some wines, when you do want to age them and keep them longer, always put them in a darker bottle. If you still have a Zima, drink it. It's in a clear bottle.
good to know. Very informative. Thank you.
Next trivia is going to be on wine.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
All right, is this true?
Is this true? Yes. Comments.
Oh, all the
You sit on a throne of lies.
You guys, thank you so much for joining us. We wanted to send you off with a small update that we have received on the NAR lawsuit. For those of you that aren't following it closely, Keller Williams has just agreed to settle for $70 million, which would avoid them from paying a potential $5.4 billion bill, I guess, contributing towards. You know, another aspect of the reason why they did that is to give some reassurance and ease to their agents, you know, their franchisee owners, that, you know, hey, we're more concerned about making sure that you guys are protected and covered, and you're not having to be dragged through the mud in whatever would happen if this case were to continue forward. There were a couple other items they agreed on, which would be having to be very clear that brokerage fees or commissions are always negotiable. A seller does not have to pay a buyer broker. And when you go to show a home to a buyer, there should be no expectation of you receiving a commission.
Wait, I have a question about that. So if you show a buyer a house, what if you have a buyer representation agreement?
Yeah. So you have the buyer broker agreement. In that case, the buyer has agreed, hey, if we go under contract and we move forward, I agree to pay you X amount for your services.
Cookies are for closers.
Yeah, exactly. There's still probably going to be a significant number of situations where a seller will reimburse. The MVAR meeting that you went to, and we got some insight into that.
But it's optional.
Exactly. It is optional. But there's a lot of changes to be coming. So we'll keep you informed of those. But that was just a small update that we received. Like, again, for those of you that aren't following it closely, this is just a really brief synopsis of what's happening. There's obviously a lot more to it.
Well, thanks, Katie.
Who's getting a piece of that 70 million? Was it 70?
7.
Who had the lawsuit? Too late to get my name on it.
Yes, it is too late to get your name on it. It's based out of Missouri.
I'm not going there.
It's not the whole of the United States. It's a very small.
Whoever was part of the class action.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, thank you guys for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed the trivia. We had a lot of fun. We hope you guys did too.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, see you next time.
Bye.